Kelly Ripa and her family certainly know how to make memories. The live co-star and her husband, Mark Consuelos, share 3 grown-up children, Michael, 28, Lola, 24, and Joaquin, 22, and since becoming empty nesters back in 2021, quality time as a family has always been the #1 priority. Over the festive season, Kelly and Mark have managed to fit a lot in, with Kelly sharing several snapshots from the month so far on Instagram on December 26th. This has included a whirlwind beach vacation with their children. In one snapshot, Kelly and Mark posed on the beach at nighttime with their sons, who are now both taller than their mom and dad. Kelly looked stylish wearing a blue and white print strapless dress, while Michael, an actor, looked cool in a printed shirt and sweatpants. Joaquin, who has been living in Michigan since graduating from college there earlier in 2025, was dressed in a t-shirt and jeans, while Mark opted for a blue tee and white pants. While it wasn't revealed where the family were, it's likely they were in Palm Springs, where they have a vacation home. They also own properties in the Hamptons and New York City, their primary residence. Other pictures from the carousel included one of the couple's daughter, Lola, performing in London. Hello. We're amongst those who attended the intimate gig held in the UK's capital on December 12th. What's more, we were there to capture the moment when Lola realized her proud parents were in the audience, having pulled off the ultimate surprise for the talented singer. Kelly and Mark both stood by the door as they watched Lola perform, both dressed in flat caps to disguise themselves. Lola was understandably left speechless when she realized her parents were in attendance, with this sweet moment captured in the video above. Lola asked her parents how they had arrived at the venue, to which Kelly quipped, "An airplane?" Later, after Lola left the stage, the family reunited with a group hug that left Lola in tears. "We are beside ourselves. She's been working so hard, and her hard work paid off, and guess what? We pulled off the ultimate surprise," Kelly later told Hello. "She didn't know we were here, and we wanted to wait until it was all over to surprise her. We didn't want to make her nervous. I cried because I didn't know they were coming," added Lola. "You saw my reaction. I want to have a glass of wine soon because I have all this adrenaline rushing out, but I am really happy," she continued. "I'm so blessed that everyone came and supported me. It means a lot." Kelly and Mark have raised their 3 children to have an incredible work ethic, despite their privilege. Along with having a singer in the family, they also have 2 actors. Michael has appeared in shows including Riverdale, where he starred alongside his dad playing a younger version of Mark's character, Hiram Lodge. Joaquin, meanwhile, was recently cast in Hulu's upcoming pilot Foster Dade. Joaquin, who is represented by CAA and Untitled, is set to portray the character Colby. The official character description reads, "Colby projects confidence and revels in his status as a senior prefect in Brennan House. Obsessed with getting into Brown, he never misses a chance to drop the name for his resume. He kindly offers to show Foster around school, but his true colors reveal a rule-obsessed enforcer with a chip on his shoulder." As per the synopsis, Foster Dade is a sophisticated mystery set at an East Coast boarding school that explores privilege, scandal, sexuality, and masculinity amid the rise of social media, millennial anxiety, and pharmaceuticals. For Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos, life has entered a new chapter, one that feels quieter in some ways, louder in others, and infinitely richer in meaning. Their house no longer hums with the everyday chaos of school schedules, packed lunches, and rushed goodbyes. Instead, it fills up in bursts: reunions, travel, performances, and late-night conversations that stretch long after dinner plates are cleared. Since becoming empty nesters in 2021, the couple has learned that time together is no longer guaranteed by proximity. It must be chosen, planned, protected, and cherished. That philosophy has shaped how Kelly and Mark approach family life today. Their three children, Michael, 28, Lola, 24, and Joaquin, 22, are grown, pursuing careers and dreams across cities and even continents. Yet, despite the physical distance, the family remains tightly bonded, anchored by mutual respect, support, and a shared belief in hard work. Over the recent festive season, that bond was on full display as the Consuelos Ripa clan packed their weeks with travel, surprises, and moments that will linger long after the decorations are packed away. On December 26th, Kelly offered fans a glimpse into their whirlwind month, sharing a carousel of Instagram snapshots that felt less like curated celebrity content and more like pages torn from a personal family album. Among the images was a striking beachside photo taken at night. Kelly and Mark standing shoulder to shoulder with their sons, the ocean darkness stretching behind them. It was one of those pictures that quietly tells a bigger story. The passage of time, the evolution of family roles, the pride of parents watching their children grow into themselves. Kelly, effortlessly stylish, wore a blue and white strapless dress that caught the soft glow of the evening light. Beside her, Mark looked relaxed in a blue t-shirt and crisp white pants, the uniform of a man fully at ease. Their sons towered over them now, a visual reminder of how quickly childhood slips into adulthood. Michael, the eldest, balanced casual confidence with creativity in a printed shirt and sweatpants. Joaquin, newly graduated and freshly navigating post-college life, wore a simple t-shirt and jeans, grounded, understated, and unmistakably himself. The location wasn't officially tagged, but longtime followers could make an educated guess. Palm Springs, where the family owns a vacation home, has long served as a retreat for the couple, a place where Hollywood schedules soften and family rhythms take over. It's also symbolic in a way, a shared space that still belongs to all of them, even as each child builds a life elsewhere. The family also owns homes in the Hamptons and New York City, their primary residence, but Palm Springs feels like neutral ground, a pause button on the outside world. Yet the beach photo, warm as it was, represented only one facet of a much bigger story unfolding that month. Another chapter was written thousands of miles away, in London, under stage lights rather than stars. On December 12th, their daughter Lola took the stage in the UK capital for an intimate performance, one that marked not just another gig, but a meaningful milestone in her evolving music career. Lola has been carving her own artistic path, and those close to her know just how much dedication, vulnerability, and persistence that journey has required. For Kelly and Mark, watching from afar had become familiar. Supporting from a distance was part of loving a child who refuses to be defined by her parents' fame. But this time, they decided to do something different. Unbeknownst to Lola, Kelly and Mark boarded a plane and crossed the Atlantic, determined to surprise their daughter in the most unforgettable way possible. Disguised in flat caps and standing quietly near the venue door, they watched as Lola performed, completely unaware that her biggest supporters were just feet away. It was a moment filled with restraint and anticipation. They didn't want to distract her, didn't want to add pressure, didn't want to make her nervous. They simply wanted to witness her shine. When Lola finally realized her parents were there, the reaction was instantaneous and raw. Speechless. Overwhelmed. Emotional. The surprise hit her all at once, and the flood of feelings that followed was captured on video, a moment that resonated far beyond the venue walls. After the performance, the family reunited in a tight group hug, the kind that says everything words can't. Lola cried, Kelly cried, and Mark stood there, quietly proud, soaking in the payoff of a perfectly executed surprise. "We are beside ourselves," Kelly later shared. "She's been working so hard, and her hard work paid off." The pride in her voice was unmistakable, not just in Lola's talent, but in her perseverance. Mark echoed that sentiment, emphasizing how important it was that Lola didn't know they were there until it was all over. The night was about Lola, her music, and her moment. Lola herself summed it up best. The adrenaline, the disbelief, the gratitude, it all collided at once. She spoke about feeling blessed, about the rush of energy, about wanting a glass of wine to finally come down from the high. But underneath it all was a simple truth. Support matters. Knowing that her parents would cross an ocean just to stand quietly in the back of a room meant everything. That belief, show up for the people you love, runs deep in the Consuelos Ripa family. It's something Kelly and Mark have modeled since their children were young. Despite growing up with privilege, Michael, Lola, and Joaquin were raised with an emphasis on discipline, humility, and work ethic. Fame was never a free pass. Talent still had to be earned. Michael, now 28, has steadily built his acting career with intention rather than shortcuts. One of his most talked about roles came on Riverdale, where he portrayed a younger version of his father's character, Hiram Lodge. The casting could have felt gimmicky, but Michael made it his own, proving he belonged on screen through performance, not lineage. His work since has continued to reflect that same approach, deliberate choices, quiet consistency. Joaquin, the youngest, is just beginning his professional ascent, but the foundation is already there. After graduating college in Michigan earlier in 2025, he stepped into the next phase of his life with a mix of excitement and uncertainty familiar to many young adults.